All right, and that was the new DLC. This is so cool that you guys have DLC playable today in Borderlands 2, which is going to lead into B3, right?
That is right, because we aren't too bright. We decided to do a DLC on top of a major game release.
Insane. All right, well, people are playing that right now, probably streaming it and checking it out, so we'll look forward to that. But, of course, E3 is all about Borderlands 3. Guys, we saw a little bit of a trailer in Xbox revealing a new Hunter. And you guys have a big booth here, I know. Lots of people playing it, leading up to the big launch this fall. So what's new from Borderlands 3 at E3 this year?
So you just talked about Mose.
Yeah.
Mose is a character. She has a big mech that comes down that she can summon. We call that Iron Bear. That Iron Bear has, one of the things we've done is we've worked on action skills for all of our Vault Hunters to have multiple action skills and not just one. So with Iron Bear, we have hard points, and you can see that we can equip like flamethrowers, we can equip miniguns, missile launchers, right? So it's got a little bit of everything for everyone who likes a mech.
My God, yeah, there's so much to this game. We're looking at some brand new footage that you guys were kind enough to capture for us of the game. So, knowing that it's coming this soon, it's amazing what you guys have been working on for a number of years around this. And coming out of the reveal, I think a lot of fans were just curious about, the depth of the experience. What can you tell us about, what you've revealed so far in terms of how much more there is to reveal leading up to September launch?
We have really just, and I mean this seriously, we've really just scraped the surface. We've talked about like movement and things like that. You can see some of the movement abilities like handling and stuff like that. But we haven't talked much about artifacts, for instance. And artifacts actually can enhance your movement. So you can slide and then you can, blow things up when you slide. So there's just a lot to still talk about.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so we've looked a little bit too. You talk about places, you're asking what's new. In the reveal event, we were kind of returned to Pandora, where we saw there the Children of the Vault, the new kind of cult of bandits taking over. Right. We also looked at Promethea, the big city planet there. And as well, one thing that we're showing off on in E3 is Eden 6, a brand new planet full of swamp. In fact, here's a little Eden 6. Is this Eden 6 here?
No, this is still
this is still more on Pandora.
Yeah.
We'll get a look at that. It was in the trailer today.
Yeah.
You'll see some other things with Eden 6. 3 new places. We're off Pandora, looking at the universe.
Yep. Right. And I know Mose has got this, it's like a mech suit kind of thing, right?
Right, that's Iron Bear that we talked about earlier. Yep, she can call that down, when her cooldown runs off. I kind of think of it as the, oh crap button. See, I cleaned that up.
It's okay, we're on the internet. You can say whatever you want.
All right.
Yeah. So as we play through the game, you mentioned some of the sort of different gameplay, slides, climbing, whatnot. Tell us about sort of some of the gameplay methodology or techniques for B3.
Yeah, so one of the things I think with BL2 that we were looking at is like, how do you improve it? What are you really doing? And the moment-to-moment gameplay was really important to us. That includes things like, how we auto-aim, help players auto-aim, sliding, moving. It was one of the big things that we hope, like, nobody should ever really talk about. We just want people to
works and
be in there and have fun and feel like, hey, this feels great. If somebody says it feels great, then we've hit our goal there.
Exactly. Shift codes were a big thing, obviously. What can you tell us about how that's going to expand for BL3?
Yeah, we're definitely starting with where we left off. I mean, we already teased a little bit at the reveal event that there's a golden key chest on Sanctuary, which is the ship. It's our hub in the game. So you're going to have some of that again. And further, Paul, right?
Yeah, there's going to be more to that later on. I mean, I don't want to get into the details. That may be a little pedantic, but so a little bit of a teaser for later. There'll be more even to the golden chest.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be the great hunt for the golden chest, I guess, right? Let's talk about the characters, because that's one of the things people love about this world. Obviously, the art style and the gameplay, but such amazing characters from Tiny Tina, my personal favorite, on down. But what can you tell us about the storyline for Borderlands 3 and obviously some returning characters, but some new ones, too?
So we start off in Pandora, as we saw. We have to start in the familiar place.
Yes.
But there's a new threat. For the first time ever, the bandit clans have been merged together by these kind of very self-important, this set of twins called the Calypso twins, Troy and Tyrene Calypso. And they've whipped them up into a cult-like frenzy, and have also got their hand on that vault key, that last thing that we saw at the end of Borderlands 2. And so Lilith sends you immediately on a mission, you the new Vault Hunter, to go get that back. And that's going to send you on a planet-hopping arc across the universe of Borderlands to chase down the Calypsos, to meet new friends and new enemies, and to try to get that vault key back and hopefully open a vault or two.
Right. One of the fun bits about the Calypsos is that they're streamers. We love streamers, but it's just that little play on like, what's the worst kind of streamer you can imagine?
Imagine if a streamer militarized their fame.
Right. Yeah.
That's why you guys always like that. You know, that's people love about Borderlands, that sort of tongue-in-cheek humor that you guys have tied to it with amazing characters and just, you know, right from that reveal trailer that Mikey cut, it's just so kind of like, you know, over the top and fun, and that's what people can expect. So I have no doubt that you guys are playing and having fun with sort of culture in general, but also at the end of the day, still having such an amazingly in-depth shooter, which I think is what people want with that depth of the experience. So, you know, from a scale perspective compared to Borderlands 2, you know, it feels much bigger, but can you give us a sense of how much more is there this time around?
Bigger-er.
Yeah, okay.
Bigger-er,
That's fair.
I think that's a good thing. I also think it's not just about, you know, the size of or the missions or anything else. It's about what you can do in there. You know, we have these things we call challenges, crew challenges, that, you know, as you're going and exploring, like, for instance, we have this thing where you're trying to sabotage the radio announcements. You know, it's kind of like a hint to Tokyo Rose, right? Where you're trying to take down their radio broadcast and put it to Lilith's radio broadcast. And these are just little things that exist in the map. We have a fog of discovery is what we call it, so you can see where you've been. And so it's just for people to be able to explore everywhere and find little things here and there to go do.
Yeah, what I love about that is in Borderlands 2, those would have just been side missions. We still have side missions in Borderlands 3, and we've added crew challenges and other places to explore and other things to lock. So not only is the world bigger, but there's a lot of different ways to experience the world and get in there. So it's bigger in almost every way.
Yeah, well, I got to say, it's amazing what you guys have done with this franchise, and everyone's been patiently waiting for Borderlands 3, and that's why it's great. You announce it, and it's coming out this year, so we don't have to wait much longer. So play the DLC tonight, I guess.
Yes.
Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
And then get ready for Borderlands 3.
That's right.
Coming September, right?
September 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th, Borderlands 3. I'm sure it's going to be a busy summer back at Gearbox. But
It will be, yes.
Can't wait to see what's next.
Right.
All right, well, guys, thanks for kicking off E3 with us. Look forward to everyone playing it over at the booth this week, and we'll be